Hello and welcome back to On the Map Challenge Survival 4X. It is currently August 2, Year 3. I have been busy. Hopefully at the start of this you will have seen that I was out liming our large field just over the other side of those burns over there. So that's been limed. We're still waiting on our soybean and our corn to get ready to harvest. It should be next month. I have been busy, and we'll see a little bit later on, that I've been cutting down some more trees, trying to clear some space, because as much as I don't want to do it this time of year, I need to be removing trees to be able to plant the trees I want to plant. So I've been cracking on with that, and we've had some more farm developments. I've got about 3-4 more bales here to produce. I think we're now on 50 bales on this, so I've done the whole load of the grass work while we've been away as well to try and save time. So with that said, let's jump in, let's go. So in the end, managed to produce 54 bales off our meadow, which isn't too bad. Again, I just think we're in an area of the map where the soil is just bad for everything. I believe it's sandy loam underneath us, and what we want is loam. So we need to find a bit of the map that has that. That'll help us with it. But we'll quickly collect these up, sell these, get a bit more money in the bank. We are sitting on 785 grand, which once again looks like a lot, but I have been doing a lot to earn it. Is that a grass bale there? I think that was. And I showed a pile of grass right at the end there that spoiled that one. Yeah, we'll get these all sold, and we'll sort of move on with some more work. Here we have our last few bales heading down for sales. In the end, we had, or I had 5 grass bales. How I managed that, I don't know. I must have missed a lot of grass when doing the TED-in. But we are up to 839,000. So we'll get this put away, and we'll put it away at the newly developed farm, and we'll have a quick look at that before we progress through to September. As you can see already, we've got some extra sheds and chisels and stuff. Now, you might notice this episode as well, I have played around with some of the... trying to fix the ghosting in the graphics. And, yeah, I couldn't get it to disappear. I tried doing what I did before and I still got it. But that's also meant that because I've reset and fiddled around with the graphic settings, the big ring of render is back in on us, so I might have to look to try and sort that out again soon. But I'll just park this here. Let's have a little look at what we got. So we had, what did we have? We had just the 4, I believe. These 4 set up. So we now have a nice storage hall here for vehicles and machines. We've got this nice shed here for vehicles and machines we can dump in here as well, I believe. This is mainly going to be like my grass work shed. We've got that in there. I've got some more wrap down the back as well. These are loose ones as well, so we can just pick these up, which is nice. Not easy to transfer. That's a purchasable pallet. That's what they're on. So I filled the pallet up and then brought them down. Just have a little bit of fun with myself in the background. That's what I'm doing. We then have a storage shed. And now, before I put this down, I didn't realise that this puts up the red markers and you can't enter it. I was hoping I'd be able to park in there as well, but we're going to keep it because it's down, and it looked a little bit old. Everything was very sort of newish looking, so this is a little bit old for us. We've got an old shed here. And then we have 2 large silage bunkers, which we might try and fill these, have a bit of fun, do like a big corn chop or something and try and get a load of silage in there. But we can store vehicles and stuff in them. Now, I think this shed cost about 10 grand, this one cost about 10 grand, and this one was about 10,000. I forget how much these are. These are expensive. I think these are probably like 40, 50 grand a piece. So we've spent a lot of money on the farm and sort of building on it, although we still have a lot of money. I'll quickly run over and show you what we've done tree-wise as well. chop them through. I think there's still some down there waiting to be processed, but I had to get on and do some other things. So, cutting down dead wood still. I'm not sure. I can't remember if there's still, yeah, still chips in there. I was part way through the process. So I think where the bushes are, this is where we were last time, so I've encroached this much. Come right through. And just slowly work my way through. The chipper is on lease again. I might just buy it out. Oh, we've got a stump to get rid of. There we go. Probably got a couple of stumps to get. Oh, we've got another one down here still, though. Man's been busy. I was considering just sort of doing this little bit and then coming back and doing some more wood chipping until September. But I think we'll just crack on and come back again later. But yeah, the farm is coming along. I've been doing a little bit of what else have we done here? A bit of decoration. So we've got some fences running down now. Fences, burns, bushes. Goes off in both directions. I've also sort of sculpted around the rest of this field. We do have an entrance to get in halfway up still, but I've also given us a nice wide entrance down here to get in for once it's fully in use. I'm thinking I might put a little, or actually quite a large workshop, like machine shed in there, and that'll be where we'll store our forestry equipment when we get going. Sort of thinking of how I can develop it and do things. But what I do need to do while we're here is jump in our map, because unfortunately, why is that not showing me mine? There we go. Yeah, unfortunately, because of the mods I have on, I can build anywhere. I have built on 26, so I need to buy 26. I didn't want 26, I wanted to go up next. But I think because I've built on it, and I've got a clamp on there, it might not work now I've put it there. So we need to buy the land. So that is now ours. So that does free us up to do some more stuff around here and on the other side of this, which isn't too bad. And we're now sitting at 592,000. So we're still quite healthy, still quite wealthy. Now another thing I need to do is, because I need to get rid of I need to get trees off the map so I can start planting trees. Is again, I wanted to go up here and extend this field. I might come here and just clear out like loads of trees. It will give us a lot of money, I know. But if I'm doing it during the lesser paying months, I don't mind it so much. Plus, it's going to be give me some nice big open land, because there's just so many trees. It's going to be difficult for me to be able to plant the trees I want at the minute. So, because that'll soon pay us back. I am going to buy it. So there, we now own 5 out of 70 plots, or 5 out of 60 plots are now ours. That's a lot of land to own, by the way. Well, it's now September 2, and as you can see, we are not harvesting. Turns out, I read the calendar wrong. Corn and soybeans aren't ready until October. And if we wait until October, we're not going to have time, I don't think, to plant our wheat or barley that we're going to put in our other fields. So, we are changing up our plan, quite clearly, and we are going to go and plant some barley. So I'll just finish getting the seeder set up, and we'll head over to where we're going. So maybe I would have been better off going spending another month cutting down them trees, especially after I bought the land to do it. I guess I'll have a really long private winter where I go out and cut a lot of trees, and we'll come back multi-millionaire in spring. So we've sort of lost a month and a half now. I have set a worker up, as you can see, our first official worker out working, spreading some fertiliser on the grass for us. They're nearly finished with that as well. I thought that would be easier, make a change for me doing everything. We'll have someone do something. But we're going to come and plant barley over here. Now I think what I'll do, I'll just get a little wheel on there, is set this up. We'll see what it wants. I quite like that. I like that. That's good. We'll have that. We've got enough on this end that's going to interfere with turning around. We've got enough on this end that's going to interfere with turning around. We should be alright up against the trees there. We'll say okay. Let's back it up. Go around the other side. And this will be the first crop that we're putting in this field. Actually, I could have just done my headland, couldn't I? And then done the... It'll be alright. Okay. It'll be fine. It's on. It's on. It's down. We got our speed at 10 miles an hour. We'll stick cruise control on. Nice and simple. A simple jobby. And we are planting barley in our furthest field. Yeah, so... no, apologies for not having the harvest ready. I thought we were harvesting in September, but we're not. We jump in, we can have a quick look. So we've got our plant for barley here, and we can plant wheat up until October as well. But our soybeans is here in October, November, and our corn, if you go back to the top, is October, November as well. The corn might not be ready until late October or early November, because I think it was planted almost like an afterthought right at the end, wasn't it? Because we nearly ran out of days to get it in the ground. So that might not be until then, which isn't a bad thing. It spreads it out a little bit. So yeah, it looks like my day is going to be spent in the farmette, because we're going to have excuse me, because we're going to have this field of barley and our northern fields, which I was originally hoping to expand by buying that bit of land above it. We'll have barley in that one as well. So I'll, yeah, I think what I'm going to do, I'm just going to crack on, try and smash through it, and you never know, we may even, depends on how time goes for me, we may even be able to get some harvest in this episode. We'll see how well I do, how I do for time, and like how many interruptions I get today. It is now 5:15 on September 3. Been hopping around doing different jobs, getting workers to help with different things. We've finished planting barley over on the far field. Nearly finished barley on here. I had a worker rolling the other barley field. Something went a bit awry with it. I didn't notice. I just popped over a second ago, see how it was getting on, see if it had finished, because it was on the Deutz, so it was a little bit underpowered and the hills and stuff, so I knew it was going to take a bit of time, so I started it before I started planting over here. I went to go check on it, just tabbed to it, to see how far through the field it was. And the Deutz, the roller, and it still had the front load of forks and the bale spike on. The Deutz, the roller, and the bale spike were all at the store. Somehow they had reset on their own, and I'm not quite sure where the front load of forks are. I've got to go look for them. But I've taken the Deutz and the roller back to the field. The worker's not doing it all. I think I'm going to have to go back and finish off that job once I've done this. In between, in getting workers to do jobs for me so I could try and help progress and whatnot, I've been over and I've done some more trees. I've cut down more trees. I've made that area quite expansive. Still a load there. Still haven't cleared all I want to clear just for my little forestry bit that I want to do. I think I still need, because I used the dev tools to make sure I get rid of all the stumps, because I don't want to get caught out with stumps. So once I've cut everything down, I chop it out, try and dig up the stumps where I can, and then afterwards I just click remove stumps in dev tool. In there it tells you like how many, I think it is how many trees that you're allowed, right? Or how many, like, let's call it like spline parts, splittable parts, something like that, splintered parts, and that represents your trees. The maximum it's supposed to be is 30,000. So if you have 30,000 and you cut a tree down, you then have a stump and a tree, so that goes to 31. Get rid of the stump and then the tree, or do whatever it is you're going to do with the tree, and then it goes down to like 29,999. Like I say, the limit that it looks at, which is what I keep saying when I say about it's got a limit on it. The limit says 30,000. We started on like 40,000. It must have been 40,500 or something like that, because we've cut down nearly 500 trees, or like 400 trees or something. And we're only just now under 40,000 like trees. I'm sure that's what it means. Correct me if I'm wrong. If you're watching this and you know what I'm talking about, correct me if I'm wrong. Tell you what I can do, I'll bring it up in DevTool. Split shapes, that's what it's called, split shapes. So if you take away the stumps, so if we've got any stumps that I've missed, if I click that, if I'd missed any, that number would go down. So that's the maximum that you're supposed to have, and we've got an extra 9,999, and that's before I can then create some more. So I need to cut down 10,000 trees before I can even plant a tree still, I think, which is a hell of a lot of trees. So I'm considering leasing like one of those crazy tree harvesters that just sort of wipe it out. So we go through it. I thought it was at the T-Rex or something it was called. Leasing one of those out and just clearing out an area that's maybe not, oh, I didn't come across as far on that bit, an area that's not mine or something, and because we'd get no profit from it, they'd just disappear and it would just tidy something up. Even if I did it in an area where, say, as we've covered many times, the map doesn't seem to line up, like in-game and the map, and just sort of trim a load out so it looks like they sort of reasonably fit closer, just to see if that helps to cut down the trees, if that'll allow me to plant any trees, because I'm just going to be so far away from being able to do this forest thing that I want to do, and I don't normally want to do forestry, but I've got this little idea of something I want to do, and I would like to have already had it implemented by now with the amount of time I've already put into cutting down trees. And cutting down the trees isn't hard. I do it in between. I sometimes set a worker and go off and I just cut 5 or 6 trees down, try and get them through the chipper, then I come back and I do a little bit more of the work. I think throughout the course of this episode I've sold 12 trailers of wood chips. I think since, yeah, maybe more. Probably a lot more, actually, because I got the ones that I did before in between. So, yeah, we're selling a lot of wood chip. And, I mean, it makes us good money. We're nearly up to £1 million again. And I could go over there and I could spend another 3 hours cutting down trees while I have, you know, course player or worker roll some more fields and do some other stuff. And we'd have a lot of money. But I feel like if I keep doing too much of that, and I'm going to go off and do it in winter anyway, because it's going to be my winter job. Keep doing too much of it. I don't know, are we going to have too much money? Does it make it too easy? Are we on episode 22, 23? We only now own, this is only because I placed my buildings wrong. We own five plots out of 60, weren't it? So although I've got a lot of land, still got a lot of work to do. I think probably, actually, now I think about it, and when I say it out loud, this is why I have to do these things out loud. For those that go, oh, you talk too much, I have to say it out loud. I have to talk through it to help me with my thought process, because sometimes it's not until I say it that I really start thinking, oh, actually, that's not too bad. That, when I put it like that, we only own 5 out of 30. We've been going for 3 or 5. We've been on 5 out of 60. We've been going for 3 years. There's our little Deutz over there on the hill. 5 out of 30. Been going for 3 years. And that is with the help of the wood chips. If I didn't go off and decide I want to do wood chipping and expand that bit of land early on, we'd probably still just be on the same 1 or 2 plots. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like we're progressing too quickly, but then I'm like, well, when you say it out loud, we don't own a lot of it. It's just because it's such a big map. We've got 2 medium tractors, 2 larger medium tractors pretty much. This isn't a big bit of equipment. We haven't even got our farm fully established yet. We've only got sheep and a few of them in a little pen. Should I stop giving myself a hard time about doing trees and making money? Because it's not actually... It's not like it's set us to easy mode, is it? I've still got to put the work in. It's still taking me forever. And you can always tell, and that's why I want to keep it up there for this series, you can always tell the amount of time that it's taking me or putting in and the hourage I'm putting into these episodes. So I've got real time running at the top. Even in today, I think I started, probably hit record about 9 o'clock, just after the boy went to school. It's now 1:33. This is all I've done all day. Right, and it equates to very little progress in an episode. Plus I did the lineman and stuff. If you go back and check the time and the date on that was a couple of days ago, because it's just like trying to find the time to do it, because they are big jobs. Like I get things ready and I prepare and do when maybe like when the kids are at home, but I can't record unless it's late at night or if my partner's got a day off work. So let's get rid of the lines. So yeah, I think sometimes I feel like I'm giving myself a hard time because I hate things being too easy, but we have got to progress. I don't actually want this to take 6 years for me to own this map. So yeah, perhaps I should yeah, not be so hard on myself and accept it. Go see the ghosting with the visuals there. That's really going to put me off as well, unfortunately, because I hate it. It looks terrible. You guys might not be able to see it so much if you're watching on a phone or a tablet or something, but yeah, when you're playing, you know, you can see the graphics ghosting. I did switch off things like the DLSS and that, because there's things within the NVIDIA frame gen and stuff like that that causes the ghosting. But I turned it off and the game looked absolutely awful again, so I had to put it back on. But that's those finished. Now we might have time, I'm hoping we will have time, once I've got the soybeans out, I might go and stick barley in that one as well, and then just once the corn is out, oilseed radish it. So we'll have a little bit of cover crop in that one. I figure if I've got time, like within the year, to have another big field of barley, we'll just do it with barley. Not going to overcomplicate things. I knew I was going to catch that. Yeah, do that with barley as well. And I can have a massive barley harvest next year. And then we can maybe look to get some chickens, because with the feed for chickens, we have a lot of feed. I feed for chickens, so I can put all my barley in one of these sheds. Get some chickens down here. That's what I'm thinking. But back over here, over at Tree Nation, to make it easier for me while I'm cutting, I have actually put my grass in under the forest on where I want to cut now. You see, I've taken a lot of trees out here. Have I missed? I missed one there. Taking a lot of trees out. I've even started taking around the side, so it's just easier to notice what I want out. So I've still got all these trees within this grass area to take out, which will probably... I mean, some of these are the really tall ones. We've got a couple of big ones. They're the ones that consume a lot of the time. Cutting them down and trying to sort them out. Create a lot of wood chips, though. These little ones, a lot of these have just disappeared when I cut them. But this is the area that I want to fill in with planted pines. I'll put those pole pines in. Has that one died as well? Has that now gone and died? Or is that just how that looks? Log pole pine. Right, but where's its... Where's all its leaves gone? Should look like one of them, shouldn't it? Anyway. Oh no, there's another one there. Perhaps it is about to die. Perhaps they're going to turn into the destroyed trees. Been working my way... Again, this is how you can tell how far down I've worked. Last of the ravaged trees. I call them destroyed trees, dead trees, but it's the last of the ravaged trees. And you think there was loads of them here. So I've got a way down. We've got a fair bit of cash. Now what I'd like to do over on the farm front here... I don't think harvest is coming this episode, by the way. I want to put another shed out the back here. Bit of a storage shed. And then find a nice sheepfold with a big shed on it and go all the way out and come back in again. Hopefully so we can have hundreds of sheep out there. I could then maybe next to that, over here somewhere, flatten it out, get chickens and do. And then on this side, because the plan of the farm is constantly changing, on this side, maybe get a few cows down, a few dairy cows. I'm going to do beef cattle somewhere else, because I want that to be like a massive open ranch, like loads of land, cows just wandering around everywhere. But yeah, that's what I'm sort of thinking here. But I do need to go and finish rolling. So yeah, my worker sort of got this far, and it's as if it then split the field in two by rolling across where it had already rolled, and just out of the blue, it kind of reset itself, which is weird. I don't know why it would do that. We haven't got a lot of lights on this tractor. I'm going to get this rolled. I will then switch over. I will put the roller on the New Holland, and I'll roll the other barley field. And then I'll probably cut some more trees down, because I'll still have quite a bit of time left in September 4. So I'll try and cut some more trees down. So we'll probably come back with over £1 million. We'll then do the soybean and corn harvest. We'll see. Perhaps then we'll try and look into moving the sheepfold and getting that set up. Probably have to do a little bit of land adjustment. Oh yeah, it doesn't like this, does it? So yeah, I think that's where it'll be. I don't know what sort of length this episode is going to be, because it's been very stoppy-starty, different chunks, different days, that sort of thing. But hopefully we've got enough for an episode, because I've done so much. I've done so much, and it's taken so long. This will not be going out on Monday. Obviously, it is still Monday as I'm recording this. Is normally I would have this video release in 3 hours. I am not going to get this edited, uploaded, and rendered and processed by YouTube within 3 hours. So this will go out on Tuesday, no doubt. Hopefully I get the time to to edit and do. And yeah, that should be alright. So yeah, apologies for this not being out Monday. It will be out Tuesday, latest Wednesday. But hopefully you have enjoyed this episode. If you have, give a big fat thumbs up down below. If you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, turn the bell notification on, find out when new videos are going live. As always, comments and feedback down there. Massive thank you to the channel members. I do appreciate you. Sorry you've not had early access to this. I hope you're enjoying the other content that is there, early access. We have had 1 or 2 new channel members come and join, I think just to check out the early access Gold Miner Simulator, which is absolutely brilliant. So I do appreciate that. It's very, very kind of you. Let me know what you think about things I've said, what I've discussed, about trees, money, how we're progressing, down in the comments. You guys have a wonderful day. I've got some really slow rolling to get on with. Bye-bye.